Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I have the update for my Pan That Palette in Order project Pan. So I stole this idea from Caitlin, but she got the idea from Taylor. So I have both of their channels linked down below. So this is basically a Pan That palette, but you don't have to pan all of the eyeshadows all at once. You rather have one eyeshadow to work on and you work on them in order. So I have been working on my little Glam Shop Remix palette here. So the reason I chose this palette is because it is older in my collection and it is also looking not the freshest because it has some oil seepage that some shadows can have. And it's just very messy. I don't like my makeup looking messy, so I rather work on this because the eyeshadows are lovely, but yeah, it's just not sparking joy when I look at this palette and see the mess that is in there. So I'm gonna show you what it looked like from the beginning and like every month. So it has 14 pans, but I already, as you can see, had some pans in the beginning. So if I were to work on this palette, like have good progress, that could mean that if I hit one pan each month, then I would have this out within the year, because I had 12 pans to work on, or 12 eyeshadows without pan, so to speak. I have also been setting some goals. First of all, I said that I wanted to finish the shade Jasny Bez throughout the year, and I was able to do that. I think I finished it last month, but I've been having great progress with this one. So last month I was able to hit 2 pans. I hit pan on Petarda and Acryl. However, if you saw my last update, you know that Petarda, it left the building. These shades are very, very powdery, so when I tried to blow some dust off, I accidentally blew the entire shade out of its pan and it was unsavable. So unfortunately we do have that empty pan, but it's not because I used the shade up, it's because I fucking blew it out of this world, out of this planet. So last month I was going to start working on the shade Azil, which is this brown shade with some gold sparkle in it. It is not my most interesting shade that I have. I don't really like those shades with glitter sparkles but they are matte. And if you know me, I'm not neutral, I look girly. So I had the shade Azil to hit pan on next. And this is the shade Azil there. I feel like the gold sparkles are a bit more prominent than in other shades where you have glitters in matte shades. It's a bit drier than some of the other shades in this palette, but yeah, it's a neutral shade, so not too difficult to be working on. I also said that I was starting to work on the shade Miniovka, that pastel pink. I mix it with my powder and use it like pink under eye setting shade, because it's very, very light and it has been working out well. So that is my next goal, apart from hitting pans in a row. I also want to finish off the shade Miniovka, which should not be a problem. So what is the palette looking like today? Let me show you where we are. So this is now the palette, and as you probably can see, we have a shiny pan in that shade Azil. There. This is a very dusty shade, so it wasn't too difficult. Then I also have a pan in the next shade called Mineralny. which I suppose is like mineral or something. This shade I already had a pan in, the shade Kakko. So I was able to, this last month, hit pan in 2 of the shades, in Azul and in that one. So I am doing so great. That is the 2nd month I have hit pan on 2 shades at once. And I did swatch out, because you can see that I have some bits left of Minioka, but I have expanded that pan quite significantly. And that is the shade Minioka, so you can see that it's very, very light. So mixing this with a powder is actually working out really, really well. So, where does this leave us? We are now currently working on the shade Anise, which is this brown shade here. I don't know if I hope you will be able to see. Yeah, we do have a dip. I got the idea from one of you to try and use this as a bronzer, and I thought that this was going to be like, this shade pulls quite like yellow and green, I thought, but swatching it out on my hand, this is what that shade looks like. I have been mixing this with like with a bronzer, and I have been using it as a bronzer. Because I got the idea from one of you in the comments to actually try and use this as a bronzer. So it has been working out really well. It is the bronzer I am wearing today. And I feel like going into warmer months, I can absolutely pull this off as a bronzer. So I think, because this has been working out so well, I am wondering if I should like not only try to hit pan on this shade, obviously, because that is the next shade, but when I finish this one, if my next goal would be to use this one up and use it up like a bronzer. Maybe that will be the next goal. I have also expanded this pan, I think, a bit, because I have been using this shade as a highlighter. I have been working on a lot of very cool toned, because of some shades in my Pandos eyeshadows, and this one is just a beautiful shade to use as a highlighter, because it has a pink peach flip, but it's also like green, so I have enjoyed that as a highlighter. But we are moving on to Anise, and then the shade after that one is the shade Kozak, which is much creamier than many other shades, and this is like your standard green to red or green brown duochrome. That is the shade there. So we are heading into this dark territory, which is not like my favorites, but it will be fine. We can do this. We can finish up 5. We can hit pan on 5 shades the remaining time of this year. And it's okay. Now I know that I hit pan on 2 shades in 1 month, but we shall not try and set that as a new standard. It is fine if I only hit 1 pan. It is absolutely fine. I'm telling myself. So, yeah. Anyways, that is this short update. We have some success here, absolutely. And I definitely hope that I can be able to hit pan on this shade. It is also very powdery, like most of the shades in this palette, within the next month. We definitely should be able to do that. Anyway, let me know what you think about this project. Are you doing a similar project, or are you panning an entire palette? I think that this project works out so much better for me because I don't get sick of this palette. Had I been using all of the shades and dipping into them all the time, I would definitely have felt like burnt out on this palette by now, but I don't. So it is working out so well for me, and I am so happy that I'm doing this because I need to use my shit. And yeah, so that is it for this update. I hope that you enjoyed. Please say hi in the comments. I love to hear from you always, and I hope to see you in my next video as well. Bye guys!